Lately, we've been talking a lot about the ups and downs of the market and the stress that goes along with it. Today, we're going to do a quick check-in on our TFSA challenge along with some of the side hustle and just see how all that investing is coming along. So stick around and we'll let you know how it's going.
It doesn't matter how many times we tell ourselves you gotta go and keep investing. Sometimes we end up not doing it. And as you know, the market is going down quite a lot. But it doesn't mean that we did stop investing. Actually, we increased investing in one of our accounts, which is the TFSA, which stands for Tax-Free Savings Account. At the beginning of 2022, we decided to have a challenge with the TFSA. At that time, believe it or not, we did not even have an account with Wealthsimple, which is the brokerage that we are using now in our TFSA account. On today's video, we are going to share with you the results so far, how we are doing, which stocks we have invested on this specific account. We are going to talk about the pros and cons in investing in Wealthsimple. We are also going to share with you the side hustle that Christine has and how she's doing. She's better than the market, I'm going to tell you that. And we are also sharing with you the results so far on this TFSA challenge.
Yeah. If you're new here, this is Jayon and I'm Christine.
I always forget.
Always forget.
We are a Canadian couple living in Toronto. We will be fired or become financially independent in 2024. Every weekend we post a new video in our lovely YouTube channel. Well, now it's back to you.
So we're going to start off just by, Jayon mentioned that it was the beginning of this year that we opened a Wealthsimple account. And since January, we've actually transferred both of our individual TFSA accounts to Wealthsimple for a number of reasons. So we're going to go over the pros and the cons as to why we've chosen Wealthsimple. So one of the biggest pros, there are no commission fees. So you can buy and sell Canadian ETFs and stocks with zero commission, which is a huge money saver. When I think back to the TFSA with Questrade, every time I purchased Power Corp, I was spending $5. So if I bought it 10 times, there's $50 that I could have been actually putting into the stock as opposed to giving to Questrade. So that was big pro number one.
Yes, for our friends in the US, if you do have personal capital, Wealthsimple is owned by the same company here, which is Power Corp. Funny enough, we invest in Power Corp. We are, happy shareholders of Power Corp, and Power Corp is the owner of Wealthsimple and personal capital in the US.
Yeah, you guys also have a lot more options down there, I think, for brokerages and individual trading companies and stuff like that. But up here, we've got a few, one of which is Wealthsimple that we're using for our TFSAs now.
Yeah. Second reason that we like Wealthsimple is the possibility of us buying fractional shares.
It's something that's relatively new, I think, here in the Canadian market. For our US viewers, that's not something new for you. You've been able to do this for quite some time. For us, we haven't. So it's very useful that you can purchase fractional shares, not of everything, a lot of ETFs, stuff like that, and there's certain stocks you can't do it with. But it's just a way of getting all of your money engaged in the market as opposed to only being able to buy complete shares and having $20 or $50 or $100 sitting there that's not being utilized in the market. So I see it as a benefit, I think.
Yeah, I think so. For our friends that are not in North America, what about the country that we live? For our friends in Australia, in UK, and New Zealand, do you also have the same, not the same one, a brokerage that you can buy fractional shares or not?
Yeah. And France, because we had a viewer from France and Portugal, both of which messaged about their individual FIRE journey. So that's really cool. It's nice to hear from everybody everywhere. But yeah, let us know down below. And the last well, not the last, but the last one we're going to talk about here is the pro of the app itself or the website itself. It is so easy to use. It's really user friendly, I think, to a certain extent, especially if you're new to investing.
Yes.
So you can pull money directly from your bank accounts and it's there almost instantaneously. Whereas I found with Questrade, if I deposited money into my TFSA or the margin account or whatever, it wasn't available until the next day. So maybe I saw a really good sale on a share and had $100 I wanted to put into it. I would have to wait till the next day, and by then the market could have switched. So
so those are the pros, and as we did say before, no company is perfect. There's always things to improve, which is not different from Wealthsimple Trade. The first one is what?
Well, the first one is the fact that it is simple, so it's easy to use, which for some investors might not be the most advantageous platform for them. I don't think that their analytics or their breakdowns are the best. And that's one of your biggest pet peeves with it. It's going to be the next one, that you can't do what?
I can't play around with numbers, and I love a CSV file where I can import, download the file and play and create my graphics and all that beauty. I cannot do that with Wealthsimple Trade. The only report that we receive at the end of the month is the statement, which comes in PDF. It's okay, I mean, it's free and I cannot complain, but you can help me as well. We can always, if you have a Wealthsimple Trade account, we can submit a request and tell the guys, hey, by the way, we do need CSV files. You do need the possibility of downloading our reports and playing around with the numbers.
Yeah, we looked everywhere. So if somebody knows how to do this, let us know. But honestly, we've checked every nook and cranny of that site, and maybe we missed it. But the last con we're going to talk about is something that I noticed both with purchasing of fractional shares as well as selling of some of my positions, that it doesn't tend to close your order or execute your order until the end of the trade or towards the end of the trading day. So say I wanted to buy 1.7 shares of Power Corp, it won't execute that fractional transaction until right in and around 3:30, quarter to 4 in the afternoon, even if I put it in at 10 a.m. So just something to keep in mind. Not a huge deal, really, but good to know. It's not like some of the other platforms where you could buy and sell almost instantaneously.
Exactly. If we were to say, for you that are starting investing now, I think that Wealthsimple Trade is the best option for you because some of the things that we wanted to do, like the swing trades that we do, even though I'm not making any money from my swing trades right now.
We're holding strong though.
Yeah, I can't do those kind of trades using Wealthsimple Trade. Yes, I can, but there is stuff that is missing, being or understanding the graphics, but I mean, it's not the case of today's video, but
so pros and cons to both, but we feel that it's an excellent account and an excellent platform if you're buying and holding stocks. So if you're at all interested, there's a link down below where you can use it. That's one of, I don't know whose link it is. But if you sign up using that link, we get a little something, but you also get extra stocks or money or
extra
something.
stocks,
I don't know what their deal is. It changes all the time. But just so you know, that link down below does help us out a little bit.
Yeah, it does. It does help us paying the bills. All this channel and everything that we have.
Helps us buy into this down market. That's what it is.
Yes, that's true.
All right, so we're going to get into the side hustle. We haven't really talked much about the side hustle this year and what's been going on with it. It's actually slightly diversified. So I was a little slow with the furniture flipping at the beginning of the year, but that's mostly because we were still getting upstairs ready for renting. And by getting upstairs ready for renting, I mean, I still had dishes in the cupboards. We still had a whole bedroom full of furniture, TV, stuff like that. We cleared it all out. We threw it all up on Facebook Marketplace and we sold it. We sold it all in and around the tune of $450, which we put right into our TFSA. And then came the side hustle of my, what do they call it? Mystery shops. So these things do not pay a lot individually, but I would usually do 1 or 2 mystery shops. A lot of them were cell phone stores or good food reviews, stuff like that. But a lot of them are $10 to $15 per shop. So I don't know, some people might not think it's really worth their time, but I would tend to do 1 or 2 on my way home from work. It literally took me about 15 minutes each. I'd come home, fill out the survey. And since January till the end of April, that earned me an additional That earned additional $150.29 right into the TFSA.
If you are expecting something, she is the expert now in picking cell phones. So she knows everything.
Yeah, that Google Pixel, I tell you, it's got a lot of features.
We are not sponsored by Google by any means.
But if they want to give us a free phone, that'd be great because it sounds wonderful.
They should.
And then we get to the furniture flipping, and that's kind of what I'd been doing over the past year. Again, it was sort of slow, or at least I thought it was slow since the beginning of the year. But when I looked back at everything, since January, I've been able to also contribute $1,680 worth of furniture flipping money into my TFSA. All of those profits have gone to purchase Power Corp. And we've also received dividends 2 times since January for Power Corp.
Yeah.
And those dividends have paid out $243.98. So all this additional money that we've been earning and putting into the TFSA is continuing to pay us dividends, which is $243.
Yep.
So since January, I've been able to increase my own TFSA by $2,524.27, all into Power Corp.
Exactly, all into Power Corp, not having to pay any commission fees at all. Right?
Yeah. Now, we had spoke about in our last dividend income video that we were receiving quite a few dividends from Power Corp and that we had quite a bit of exposure to Power Corp. So we've actually been thinking that maybe I'll sell the positions of Power Corp once they get back into the green.
Not now when it's down. No.
But once we're back positive, maybe sell out of those Power Corp positions and purchase something else. I'm thinking ETF, but we're not quite sure. We're not quite sure on which one to get and what one would make the most sense for the TFSA. So any input would be appreciated.
There are a few options that we are considering, right?
Yeah.
Some of the covered calls by BIM, but at the same time, we don't know if...
I think that's a knee-jerk reaction to a bit with the pension discussion. We really want to ensure that we're going to have monthly income. So we looked at a couple of those monthly dividend income type funds. So those are on our radar, or do we put them into like a growth fund? I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's difficult, right?
So many adult decisions to make.
I know. I wanted to push a button and automate. I want to push a button and click on subscribe. So
hey, you could do that. All right. Next one. This is you.
TFSA challenge. What we wanted to do is show you that if you don't have a lot of experience on investing, we did 2 things. We created 2 videos, which is investing for beginners. I'm gonna link up here on your screen and you can take a look. And we also wanted to tell you that it's possible to invest, it's possible to start investing even though you don't have money. So what we are doing is on this TFSA challenge, every month we are depositing $250 on my TFSA. At the end of the year, I guess it's around $3,000 if I'm not mistaken. We know that the contribution room for the TFSA is $6,000, but I want to do and show you with $250 per month, you still can do it. So I opened a Wealthsimple trade account. I also created automated deposits. So every month when I receive money on my account, I transfer automatically to Wealthsimple and I don't have to worry about that.
Nice and simple.
Yeah, nice and simple. It's really nice to do. If you want to share in the comments below, we are more than happy to help you as well. And if you don't have a Wealthsimple trade account, you can use our link. And you're gonna get a commission. I guess it's 1 or 2 stocks, and we also get a commission out of it.
Just a complete side note before we move on. So we both did this. We've actually both transferred our TFSAs from Questrade to Wealthsimple. You get charged fees when you're transferring those accounts around. Wealthsimple fully reimbursed all of the fees for transferring that account from Questrade. So if you have accounts elsewhere, you can transfer them in, and if there's a fee charged to you, you just have to send them an email, and within 24 hours, we both had that money back in our account.
The only caveat is, if I'm not mistaken, you have to have at least $5,000 invested. If you have less than that, you still have to pay a fee, so you have to consider that. And
they might reimburse partial. I'm
not 100%
definitely
sure.
worth looking into.
Yeah,
Sorry, I
look
completely
into it. No,
interrupted
that's fine. So that's what we have been doing. We buy an ETF on this specific account, which is XAW.to. XAW is an ETF which invests in all the world, all the global market ex Canada. So we don't have exposure to Canadian. And you might ask why. We already have a lot of dividends that we do receive, and Power Corp is one of the companies that we have in our portfolio. So we want more exposure outside Canada. So that's the reason that we are using XAW. Here's how it works. Every month, as I did say, $250, and we buy shares of XAW.to. Up to date, and that's what you're going to see on your screen. Thank you very much. January 2022, we bought 7 shares at $35.37. February, also 7 shares at $34.38. March, 8 shares at $32.83. April, 7 shares at $33.59. In May, 8 shares at $31.99. What you can see is, since the beginning of the year, the price of XAW of one share was around $35, and here we are, $31.99. That's the market. So as you know, the market is going down, but it is okay. We are not hurry. I wish we have more money to buy XAW now, because they are in a good price. Up to date, here are the results. We invested $1,250. The value now is $1,155.88, which is down 6.86% since the beginning of the year. And on average, the cost per share is $33.54.
Yeah.
Do you know how much you have to pay in commission fees? 0.
Yeah. And this consistent investing each month or on a regular basis, that consistent amount is called dollar cost averaging. So each month whatever the time frame is that you've set up, you're investing the same amount of money over and over. Yeah. And the idea is that you're sort of averaging your money into the market. And in our case, when we started in January with this particular challenge, the cost of those shares was $35. Now it's down to $31. So we're sort of catching each month that $250 goes a little bit further, has a little bit left over. And some of those months you'll notice that we actually purchased 8 shares instead of 7. Yeah, we've dropped our average price, which would have been $35 if we'd bought and everything in January. We've actually reduced that average price down to $33. So now when XAW jumps up to $40, we'll see a $7 appreciation in our capital as opposed to $5. That's the idea.
That's a great point. There's a debate on the internet about what should I do. Should I invest in a lump sum, which is, I have, let's say, $10,000. Lump sum investment of $10,000, or should I do DCA? The theory says, and what I have read so far is, if you have that amount available to you, just invest it right away. As long as you have a longer time horizon, and if you don't need the money. Because what is important, my friends, it's time in the market and not time in the market. On our case, we are doing DCA, so dollar cost average, just because we wanted to have this challenge saying, I only have $250. What is going to happen until the end of the year?
Yeah. And I think that's a pretty, I imagine that there might be a little bit of debate, and we would love to hear from everybody. Do you dollar cost average your money into the market, or are you a lump summer? I guess we do both. We tend to do both, I guess. Like every month we'll re-enter our dividends on a consistent basis, but sometimes we throw a lump sum in there too, right? So we do a little bit of both. So that's kind of our little bright spot in the past few months. We're continuing our investment journey, also in the other accounts, but specifically in these two TFSA accounts. We just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update and kind of show you that it doesn't take a lot of, I mean, the furniture might be a little bit of an effort, but the $250, if you're able to spare that every month, we don't even notice it off of Jean's check. So it's kind of, now that it's an automated thing, we don't notice that. Searching around our house for stuff we haven't used in over a year and selling it netted us $450. There's all these little ways that we were able to earn a little bit of extra money. It didn't take a lot of time, but we've been able to continuously invest into the market. So a little bit of a bright spot. Hopefully we've been averaging down on some of our positions, and we'll see that appreciation when the markets turn back around.
Yes. Thanks again for your time. We appreciate it. We hope that you are well and safe, and we'll see you in our next video.
Have a great week, guys.
Take care. Bye.
Are you ready for picture time?
Yeah. What is picture
Cheers.
time?
Mezcalito?
When you go to Mexico, you gotta go and try mezcal.
Not water.
This is not water. So
Watch
try
his face. Take a sip.
tequila, but you gotta go and try mezcal. It's really good.
Jean's
It's really
new
smoky.
favorite.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers. Just a sip. Yeah, good.
Oh, you didn't make your normal face.
No,
Normally
I
his face is like. All right, picture time. Is that okay?
Okay, yeah. What do I have to say?
I don't know. Just talk about the gist.
Yeah.
It's Friday brain.
Yeah, let's go. Every weekend we post a new video on our lovely what?
It's Friday, guys.
Every video post a new video. Every video? No.
No, every weekend.
But not only that. We're gonna tell you what is the rationale. No, we don't have to take the rationale behind. No. Yeah.
We're going to talk about the pros and cons.
Yeah.